Hello guys, I hope you're all doing good. For me, as usual, I am trying. Today we are going to talk about a particular topic and it is called PISTANTHROPHOBIA. It took me long to be able to pronounce this word, but finally I can do that. PISTANTHROPHOBIA. Have you heard about it? If not, stay put and let's talk about all. Here we are. I know when you hear the word PISTANTHROPHOBIA, you feel like it's a big name. What does it mean? Usually when you hear this phobia things or things that are related to mental health, you have words that are mixed together, and usually it's quite easy to determine what it means because, like I said, there are different words that already exist that they may come together. But this time, PISTANTHROPHOBIA, I'm sure you don't know what it is all about, but it is simply the fear to trust someone, especially in a romantic relationship. I bet some of you didn't see that coming. So that is it. It's a big name for a simple meaning. So let's talk about it. And yeah, so talking about PISTANTHROPHOBIA, we're going to say that we have two categories of people. We have these people that are really into relationships, but don't trust the other one. They don't commit to the other one. And there are this other category of people that don't even want to get into relationships because they don't want to trust other people and they feel like it is risky to do that. And so yeah, what can be the actual reasons for someone being in such a condition or someone becoming PISTANTHROPHOBIC? First of all, as usual, you have to dive into the past of people and you realize that past experiences have effects on their mental situation right now. Most of these people that are PISTANTHROPHOBIc are people that have once or many times had relationships in which they trusted people, but finally it didn't end up well. The people deceived them, the people disappointed them, the people took their trust for granted. So it can happen. It is mostly the story. So it causes them to become closed and become like scared of being hurt once again. So you should understand that the fear of the trust or the fear of trusting comes mostly from the fear of being hurt again if you trust. Also, people that are PISTANTHROPHOBIc can also be just scared because of stories they've heard in their past or people or their family experiences, because some people have these families that have not really had love stories. They have seen people around them having sad relationships or sad experiences when it comes to relationships or when it comes to trusting people. That can make them automatically feel like if they do same, it is going to happen the same way for them, and they become like phobic, if I can say it that way. What are some of the symptoms or some of the ways people that are PISTANTHROPHOBIc they react? I think it's all common, but I will say some of them, and if you feel concerned, maybe you're kind of PISTANTHROPHOBIc. First of all, you have the fact that PISTANTHROPHOBIc people avoid others. They avoid people, and mostly people that are likely to want love stories with them, like people that come to you and start flirting and start like appreciating you, and you feel like, no, this person, it seems like he wants more. That automatically makes you put some barriers and try to avoid that person. Another sign is the fact that you refuse to open up. Like people can even come, people can even start talking to you about them and all those things, but when it comes to talking about you, you don't want to open up because you feel like opening up will create a kind of link or attachment that is going to make you have to trust the person. So you tend to close up and refuse to open up. You refuse to talk about yourself. You don't like deep conversation when you're a PISTANTHROPHOBIc person, especially when it is having deep conversations with someone that you feel is likely to want to have an affair with you. That is another point. You really have issues with anxiety when it comes to uncomfortable situations, when it comes to uncomfortable conversations, when someone already wants to enter into your head, or you feel like maybe you're getting a small interest in that person, you don't want it, you become anxious, you feel like, no, it is going to happen badly again, I don't want this, I should not have this, and you tend to run away, if I can say that way. Another point for some people that are already into the relationships is that you are scared of commitment. You don't want commitment. You feel like the person wants you to commit, but you're not comfortable in committing. You don't want to commit to the person. And usually in relationships, it causes a lot of problems because you are with someone that really wants to open up, that really wants to feel like, okay, we are together in this and we should do this the right way, but you feel like, no, we need to avoid this. We need to avoid this. And each time the person comes up with commitment issues, like, okay, we're already a couple, maybe we should talk about it to people, maybe you should meet my family, maybe, this makes you feel anxious, and this makes you feel like, I don't know, so uncomfortable. You try to avoid it, and sometimes it can cause the end of the relationship. You can find yourself accumulating relationships or not having relationships at all. Those are two extents to which someone that is pistantrophobic can find himself. I don't know if you find yourself in one or two of the symptoms. It's important to note that you are not obviously, or you're not it is not an automatic thing that you are pistantrophobic if you have one or two of the symptoms. No, it is possible that you just have to fix that little thing, but sometimes too, if you have more than two, like three or all of the symptoms, then you're surely a pistantrophobic person. So how does it impact your day-to-day life? People that are pistantrophobic tend to see things ahead of time. Someone comes to you and first thing you have in your mind is how it is going to end. Someone comes and just from the good morning or the hello or the may I know you better, you already feel like, nah, this doesn't smell well. I know how it is going to end. I know this thing is going to get bad. I know this thing, it is going to get really, really bad. You find yourself in conditions where you don't really enjoy the situation because you're crazy about tomorrow. You're crazy about what is going to happen the next minute. You're crazy about what is going to happen in the future when you've not even yet started the present. You always find the negative side of everything. You always feel like, nah, this thing can't happen. You feel like you don't deserve love. You feel like if it has happened bad in the past, it's because you don't deserve it. But strange, what you should know is that they easily take people's opening up. What do I mean by taking people's opening up? It means that people easily get into confiding to them, telling them things and all those things, and they are really trustworthy, but they don't want to give their trust. They don't want, when you start talking about them, they close up. They don't want it. They don't want to talk about themselves, and they don't want to make you like, it is a quite hard time for them to open up to you. Now, how do we try to fix this? How do we get rid of our fear or get rid of our phobia? First of all, you have to get rid of your past. What do I call get rid of your past? Is coming at peace with your past. Okay, things did not happen your way the other time. Okay, things did not happen positively in the past. Okay, you had 1, 2, 3 or maybe more heartbreaks, and people around you maybe have not had good experiences, but that is not the you of today. You have to understand that things happen for a reason, that maybe if it didn't happen well in the past, it's because there's something better that is waiting for you. So you have to make some kind of peace with that and be like, okay, whatsoever happened next, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because it is my life, and I can't stop living because I feel like yesterday was a bad one. You should accept vulnerability. It is life. Like, we all feel vulnerable at a certain point, and we all need to be vulnerable at a certain point. And it is important to, I think I already mentioned that, but you have to know that not every relationship will end up well. Not every relationship will end up into a lifetime relationship, but at least when it comes to you at a certain moment, it comes to give you either a lesson or an opportunity. Who knows, maybe you're going to find something positive in that relationship. Maybe at that moment where that relationship comes into your life, you really need it because you need to feel happier than what you are at that moment. Maybe that relationship comes in order to teach you things you're supposed to know more about life. Maybe that relationship comes to bring you an opportunity you don't even know about, or maybe an opportunity that you needed by that moment. So relationships don't always end up into lifetime relationships, but they need to be, because It is important to feel loved at a certain point in your life, and it is important to give out love. That is the sphere of life. You need to give and take, give and take. Even if it does not end up being given and taken by the same people, it can change. It can change, but you should not stop being vulnerable. Open up about your fears to the person in front of you. It is really important, because I think we used to step into relationships like, we like stepping into relationships without really having deep conversations. But deep conversations are important. Okay, we understand that being pistantrophobic makes you avoid deep conversations, but at a certain point, maybe you can do that. You can even take that differently. Like, if you're the negative type person and you really want to push that person away, sometimes you can open up about your fears. Like, be like, okay, I'm scared, I know you're going to leave me, or I know tomorrow is going to end up badly. And yes, you can do it thinking that you're doing it to push that person away, but who knows, that person can really surprise you and be like, okay, that's the fear, okay, let me try to fix that. But at least that person knows why you're acting the way you're acting. So it is important for you to open up and tell your fears to the other person in front of you. It helps because it can help the person help you out. Maybe you've not had time to really make a kind of introspection after your past relationships, and you always feel like, yeah, it happened bad, let me just stick into that bad effect. But no, sometimes you should also try to make an introspection, try to understand why things happen the way they happen, and try to also know about your part in that happening. Like, in what happened, what was my part to play, what did I do wrong, where did I go wrong, what are the things that I prefer, what are the things that I like, what are the things that I would like to have, and what kind of person can I be in a relationship? Have I been and can I be right now, or do I want to be in a relationship? I don't know if you really understand why you should know yourself better, but I think if you know yourself better, you can better push the person to treat you the way you want him to treat you. And you can also better know your part to play in order for the relationship to go on well. So that is it. You should know yourself well, and you should understand why things happen the way they happen. You simply have to accept the fact that people come and go, and it is okay. Take what they give you at that moment and do with it. Accept the fact that people, normalize the fact that people come and go, and that they have to come for your life to become something. They have to go for your life to become something. Sometimes people become like, we get into romantic relationships with people, and they become our best friends, even though they don't end up being our husbands or wives or a lifetime lover. They can actually become our friends, good friends. Trusting does not always mean that it is going to end up in a good relationship, but it can also end up being a good person that you have in your life because you trusted that person. You have to live more into the present. Learn how to live into the present. It is very hard. Very hard. I know what I'm talking about. It is very hard to learn how to live into the present and avoid overthinking about the future, but you should learn that. You should learn how to be like, okay, right now I'm feeling good about this situation. Let me just enjoy the situation right now. Tomorrow will talk for itself. For now, I am enjoying the present. I am enjoying the present that has been given to me. There's someone that wants to give me a little bit of attention right now. Let me just take it. Let me just open up to it. And I don't know, sometimes it ends up well. For people that feel like maybe they don't want to trust others because experiences around them have always been negative. Not that someone's story is not your story. You need to make your own life. You need to make your own story, and it will not obviously be the same way as their story. And as in every phobia or every mental health issue, the ultimate solution can be therapy. If you feel like you're trying all these things, you're trying to think positively and it doesn't work, you're trying to open up and it doesn't work, you're trying to accept your past and it doesn't work, you feel like you don't even want to, or I don't know, you should have a therapy session. You usually underrate therapy and feel like it's just talking to someone and paying the person for that lots of money, but it is not always that. It is not always that, because inside that conversation you get deep into the subject, you get deep into the problem, understand it better by yourself with the help of someone that really knows how to deal with issues, and then you find solutions at the end of the day. So I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. There are really red flags. There are certain people, when you see them, the way they act, the way they do certain things in your life, it makes you really feel like, makes you really understand that they are dangerous for you. Then you should run away. It is normal, you should run away. But you should also take into consideration the fact that certain people don't have red flags. Certain people really, you can feel it. It's true you don't want to open up, but you can feel when people have positive vibes. When you see that positive vibe, just take it, just accept it, and yeah, go into it. And who knows, it can be a great story tomorrow to tell. You know what? At the end of the day, I think that there is no perfect solution. There is no ultimate medicine. There is no special medicine to cure pistanthrophobia. I think there is no special medicine to the fear of trusting people, because we at a certain point will always be scared of trusting people, especially when it is something new. It is always scary to dive into something new. But after all of this, we have to understand that everything comes from us. We all need love, and if you can't have love at a certain moment, maybe it's a moment where you have to give out love. Things won't always happen the way you want them to happen. Sometimes it can happen more than what we expected. Sometimes it can happen less than what we expected. But it doesn't mean we should stop it from happening. What I mean stopping it from happening is you not wanting to feel the present. You should live the present. Whatever happens tomorrow should be left for tomorrow. Whatever happened yesterday should be left for yesterday. You just need to accept that today I am alive. Today there's someone in front of me that wants to give me attention. So I am taking that attention. I am taking it and I am enjoying it to the fullest. There are people around you that really want to be with you, that really love and appreciate you, that really want to stick by your side. And you, most of the times, push them away because you feel like you need to. Sometimes you don't even do it intentionally, but you find yourself being so negative and mean to those people that finally they run away. So that was the talk of today. Pistanthrophobia, that word, I just can't stop pronouncing it because it took me long to be able to pronounce it. Pistanthrophobia. I have that I don't know, Latin accent when pronouncing it. Pistanthrophobia, but whatever. I hope you appreciated the video. I hope you appreciated the topic of today. I don't know if you're a pistantrophobic person. If you are, you should take to my advice, open up to the world and understand that things will not always happen the way you feel it should, but you should not sabotage it by the beginning without really trying something. Excuse me, without really trying something. You should always give yourself a chance to feel loved and to love in the present. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe right now, and you can press the notification button so that you should have an alert each time there's a new video. I also leave the links to my different pages or my different accounts on different social medias in the description. You might appreciate it, so just take a look. You can leave your ideas or your point of view in the comment section. Well then, I say goodbye to you, meet you or see you in the next video. While waiting for the next video, take care of yourself and your mental health, because it is everything you have and there is no one that is going to do that for you. Bye.